Good afternoon. Welcome to Crimson Lotus Tea live stream. We've got it on YouTube and Instagram today. If you're connecting from YouTube and you can let me know how the volume is, let me know because it's kind of hard for me to tell. Sometimes had some issues on the YouTube. YouTube with the audio. So if you're on YouTube, post in the chat and let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, whatever. Hey, same for Instagram, but I can't really change Instagram audio settings, so whatever. But I could talk a little louder or something. Anyways, hey, this is awesome. Friday afternoon, gonna have a little tea, a little sit down. This is the first chance we've had to do a live stream with our 2022 spring Maocha, which I'm super excited about. Gray Fox, yeah, a little bit too quiet, but okay. I don't really know that I can make it much louder without. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to work on the audio thing. Something happened to the audio between the last couple of times that I've done it. It's not quite the same. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's wrong with the audio. But as long as it's not too loud. So it's a little bit muffled. Check 1, check 2. Is it actually coming through this? I don't know. Maybe it's not. I've been having some issues with the YouTube audio. No, it actually is coming through that mic, but I don't know. Sorry about the YouTube audio. Sorry if it's muffled. It shouldn't be muffled. I don't know why. Maybe I'll have to tweak it again. I don't know. A little confusing. Don Chato, the shirt, sir. How do you copy? How do I cop? This was something I had special made for myself. It's actually embroidered. Made at a local shop, so I don't actually have these ones for sale. These ones are quite nice. This is what I wear when I go to tea tastings and tea stuff. Right. So, where did I put my Maocha? Man, if only you could stream the way this stuff smells. This is good stuff. There we go. Check this out. Bam. A little bit for this camera, Instagram camera. This is good stuff, man. Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu. Year after year is like always just one of my favorites. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Maocha I've got here into another gaiwan because I'm going to smell it when it gets warmed up. All right. Yeah. So year after year, Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu. It just always seems to be a hit. Let's warm this guy up. Do you guys do that? You warm up your gaiwan ahead of time and put the leaf in dry and just kind of like let it sit there for a minute, absorb all the aromas? Because I do that. Wash out these guys real quick, warm them up. So what are you guys drinking today? Has anybody actually gotten their Maocha yet? Man, even our Maocha was supposed to be here like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and it was super slow. But it got here eventually. It's been relaxing in the Pomodoro. And been working, wait until I get a chance to actually stream it live with everybody. So this is it. This was the chance. All right, let's see where we at. Oh, YouTube volume is low. Dark Lord of Apathy also tells me the YouTube volume is low. Let's see. Let's see if we can figure this out right now. It's coming through that. It's coming through that. Everybody says YouTube volume is low. Nope. Let's see. Filters. Yeah, something happened to my audio setup. I don't know. I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry it's low. I've got it. I've got the audio input maxed right now, and I really don't want to. I'm not really sure that I can. I'm not really sure if I can crank it any higher without making some changes. So I'm sorry if the YouTube audio is low. I'll try and get it fixed for next time. It was low last time too, but there must have been something that changed on my setup over there. Kin's Brew is having bamboo dove from YTT. Shung, you don't remember where it's from, where you got it. Yeah, that's nice. It's also muddy. I don't know what happened, Dark Lord of Apathy. Something happened with my audio setup on my computer, and I'm not sure what it was. Yeah, Lucy said it's also muffled and muddy. So do apologize for YouTube being muffled and muddy. I will try to I'll try to get that fixed because that's super annoying. I don't think it's I don't know. That probably didn't do anything. Replugged it in. It's probably still muffled and muddy. Anyways, I'll just I'm gonna keep on tasting this. And apologize for the YouTube audio and try and get it fixed for next time. Where was I? Yeah. Let's try some of this. Reclaim life every day, drinking a chamomile blend from a bag while you're waiting for your Gong Fu to go to arrive. Oh yeah, nice. You got a Gong Fu to go coming. I do have a couple orders in the Seattle inventory that I need to get caught up on. We had a bit of a busy week, so I'm a little bit behind on Seattle orders. So I should be able to get the rest of should be able to get caught up tonight though. Yeah, Kunlu. Like I said, Kunlu Xiao. We've been getting Maocha from them for same farmers every single year since we were there the first year, 2014. I think so. Bethany Loves Company drinking Lowrider. Yeah, that's a nice one. Good job. Yeah, Kunlu Xiao. Really like Kunlu Xiao. It's pretty remote. We were out there in 2000. I think it was 14. I think we were out there in 2014. I think that was the first year that we actually got a chance to visit. And I had this pu-erh from Kunlu Xiao that I really loved, and so that's why I was just like, well, shoot, that's definitely one of the places that we've got to go to. And then go to that factory, and it turns out that pu-erh isn't even from Kunlu Xiao. They just were in the area and they used the name and stuff. So, but it made me super interested in actually going out and checking out Kunlu Xiao, which happened to be about another hour or so out of that town that we found that factory in. And oh, that's so nice. We were able to get up to that village, and it was such a small little village, and there really weren't that many people there. It was just after like the busier picking season, but there were still some people that came out and were picking and roasting in the afternoon. But they've actually moved villages since then. They had kind of taken and just built a little mini village up in the the high tea trees. Dark Lord of Apathy, my mic might be going out or it's dirty. I'll have to look into my microphone. It has worked well for me over the years, but it is possible that it could be going out. Maybe I'll see if I can get a different one or something like that. Play around with it a little bit more. I'm not sure. That is unfortunate though, because it's usually pretty good. Yeah, Kunlu Xiao. We went out there very first year. Really nice. Totally fell in love with the area, and that's where we also found the stuff that we use for our Slumbering Dragon material as well. Slumbering Dragon's really nice stuff. But these are, I mean, even though they both technically come from the same area. Do I speak Mandarin or any of the smaller local dialects of Chinese? My Mandarin is really bad. My pronunciation is pretty horrible. It's very difficult for me, the tones. My wife speaks fluent Chinese, and I can get along or I can find my way around like a tea market. Or if I sit down and have a tea tasting, I can my tea vocabulary in Chinese is decent. I can actually be understood. I couldn't have like a political discussion or something like that, but I could talk about tea and where it's from and how old it is, and it's still fresh. Talk about stuff like that. But any deeper conversation, my wife would jump in. And she's Yunnan local, born and raised, and so she has a pretty good way of understanding a lot of the local dialects. But even still, like there's some places that we get in Yunnan where people don't even hardly speak Mandarin. It's very difficult to understand them. But usually there's a person or two in the village who's got some Mandarin training and's been to school and stuff like that, and so we can talk to them. But all right, let me check one more thing on the mic on this side over here. We'll get started on trying this. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, input volume seems to be... Wait a minute. Ooh, this might change it. Let me hold on a sec, guys. If you're on the YouTube side. Check one, check two. Does that sound any better? Louder, more clearer? Yeah, it looks like it's actually operating a little bit better. Let me know how that sounds on the YouTube side. Looks like the system input volume got nuked. That would make sense. It's looking a lot more interactive. Great, awesome. Hey, a TGC. Thanks for joining us. Using one of my favorite cups here. This black clay one from can't even think right now. It's near Jinshui. Spacing, guys. It's Friday, and I've been hanging out with the kids all day. Oh yeah, that still tastes super fresh. Yeah, this is one of my all-time favorites. There's I've got a bunch of this from 2018. It's aging in like a really big, giant Jinshui clay jar, and that's like my absolute muse. It just feels, I just drink it, and it just like always hits the spot. It's really good stuff. So yeah, if you're just joining us, we're drinking Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu. Xiao Qiao Mu is the Chinese word for small arbor tree. Xiao is Xiao means small. Qiao means Qiao in compare. Mu means trees. Qiao in comparison, combination with mu means arbor tree. So that's generally what the pu-erh varietal comes from. And pu-erh varietal comes from the arbor tree varietal of the Camellia sinensis versus the bush varietal. So small arbor tree means trees that aren't categorized as big tree, but they're bigger than like bush level trees and stuff like that. So, you want to get some Jinshui jars? Yeah, the issue with because we were always going to do bigger Jinshui jars. It's just like the cost of shipping and stuff. They're just so big and so expensive to ship, and I'm just always just stressed that they would break. I mean, we've sold some smaller ones and things like that, but I don't know. I just get stressed. It's just so heavy. The cost of shipping them is just so high. So all the big storage jars that I have are actually in Yunnan. So we haven't been able to get there in a while to actually drink from that stuff. So this stuff here is like super vibrant and fresh. Yeah, we're really excited to be able to get a bunch of Maocha on the site super quick this year, and then we'll take what we've got and some other stuff that we find and make some fun, unique blends. Actually, the next blend that we've got, I can talk about it right now. It's pretty fun. We are 519 Shanghai. We made a 519 Shanghai blend. We were going to try and get one out and ready last year for the first year anniversary of 519 Shanghai, but didn't work. So we didn't get it done in time. We were trying to find like the exact right piece. Didn't work. Long big story. Everything around 519 Shanghai just never seems to work out right. If you guys don't know, 519 Shanghai was the event that happened in 2020 where we lost hundreds and hundreds of tea orders in one single event that happened in Shanghai, where the last update was 519 Shanghai. That was it. It was just the package like 519 Shanghai left by airplane. That was it. That was the last status update. And so it's like, I don't know. Like nobody knows where it went after that. We lost hundreds of packages. All the big tea companies also lost like tons of packages that day. And so our plan was to create a fun memorial cake of that event and try to offer it, but offer it in a special way. We're really trying to take what was an incredibly negative event and turn it into something positive. So we created a 519 Shanghai blend. Came up with a really fun wrapper. The wrapper itself is kind of like a mystery. There's all sorts of stuff. It's like, because we just want to know, like, where'd all those orders go? Where did those cakes go? And so we did tons of investigative stuff on our end and working with China Post and other places and stuff, and it's gone. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders of tea, and probably into the thousands of overall packages, and who knows where it all went. But the idea is, if you lost a package, on 519, and a lot of our customers did. If you lost a 519 Shanghai package, you will be able to get a cake of 519 Shanghai for free, which I'm super excited about. So basically, all you do is like order anything from the site, even if it's just like a sample. If you order like if you lost a cake, if you lost an order on 519 this year, 519, so May 19th, order from our site, order anything, I don't care, just like a sample. Use the code 519 Shanghai, and we will include like for free a cake of the new 519 Shanghai cake, which we will also be selling. And actually, if you lost an order from any tea company on that day, we'll go for it. So we just want people to be able to turn that negative day into a positive day. Fun new blend, fun new design. So I will be talking more about that in the coming days. But I'm very excited that blend finally got all put together. So, Kin's Brews. Right now, the deal with the shipping in the port of Shanghai is China has a zero COVID policy, and so they are working on 100% killing COVID. I'm not entirely certain that's the best approach, but that's their approach, and that means if there is any case, they will start locking down cities. In Shanghai, the cases have been exploding in Shanghai for almost a month and a half, and Shanghai is still in like a 100% lockdown, like 100%. So I mean, there's like no shipping is going through Shanghai, no shipping is arriving in Shanghai because nobody can process it. Everybody has to stay home. It's a 100%, it's 100% lockdown, and it still is, and has been for quite a while. It's tough. It's a really tough thing. It's a tough. So all packages going through Shanghai right now are basically just stuck, and so it's actually possible that there are some of our orders that are in Shanghai right now. I'm not entirely certain. Tracking on international packages is really, it's actually more of a courtesy than an absolute accuracy. Apparently, actually, like from an actual legal perspective as well, for most international packaging, there is no legal requirement for tracking. It's an absolute courtesy. So if the tracking is incorrect, or if tracking doesn't get done on a certain stage, they literally have no legal obligation to actually do it. So so tracking usually is always pretty close, but if it isn't, there's nothing you can really do. So it's hard to tell. We may actually have some of our packages in Shanghai currently. We've had some. There's a handful of orders that should have made it through already that have kind of gotten stuck. Generally, things get through eventually. We actually haven't lost any orders since 519 Shanghai. Actually, I mean, we've lost like less than 5 orders, and the loss always occurs on the destination country side, so I can't blame China for that at all. I mean, if USPS just F's it up and delivers it to the wrong house, like that doesn't count. USPS does stuff like that all the time. We actually had a bunch of packages also kind of get stuck in like this little customs blockade. It happens down sometimes. I don't know. I'm imagining like there's like one box in a giant container of packages coming from China has like fentanyl in it or something like that, and then the whole container just gets like stuck off in some corner until they can like quarantine it or something. I don't know. Who knows what happens? It's a big mystery. USPS. USPS generally does pretty good most of the time. They do pretty good. They do pretty good nearly almost all the time, but they will absolutely 100% deliver it to the wrong house, and that's just the most frustrating thing. I actually I spent a lot of time talking to USPS on the phone trying to figure out where packages are. So, but at least somebody at USPS talks back to me. On China Post, it's like talking to a wall. There's no way to actually get any investigative stuff done. So I don't give a lot of crap to USPS because it's not easy given the volume of packages for the entire country. But they do pretty good. So, but yeah, that's the issue with Shanghai right now. Is there's a full citywide COVID lockdown. So. Packages are not getting in and through Shanghai at all. It's like, and that could change or it could not change. I don't know. It's China does what China does. So you guys don't forget it's Mother's Day this weekend. I know you guys got mothers, so don't forget to take care of your mamas out there. Sometimes it's easy to forget, but don't do that. Does anybody have any fun weekend plans? I'm trying to think. Gemma's in soccer now, so we take Gemma to soccer practice, and she gets to run around and try to kick the ball and stuff. It's tons of fun. I love like pee-wee soccer. It's like the cutest thing, like watching a bunch of kids like run around and try and kick the ball. It's like I don't think there's anything cuter than, well, I guess pee-wee any game is always tons of fun, but pee-wee soccer's a blast. There's usually like one kid that's just like sitting in the corner, like like picking grass or something. It's like you never really know. Huang Pian and coffee. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. Drinking some Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu, Kunlu small arbor tree material. You making brunch for your mom on Sunday? So Lamu absolutely loves Chinese hot pot. So we will be doing Chinese hot pot. Actually, we'll be doing it Saturday afternoon. We got a bunch of stuff going on at my brother's place on Sunday, and so we'll do Chinese hot pot for Lamu. That's pretty much all she wants. Lamu just wants a big giant Chinese hot pot, and thankfully there's a handful of hot pot places in the Pacific Northwest in the Seattle area that are really pretty good. Probably better than some of what we would get in China. At least even like quality of meat wise. It's really good stuff. It's so nice. It's just so thick. It's luscious. Yeah, so over the next week or so, I'm probably going to be doing some more live streams, like drinking. Stephen Pepper on YouTube says, grass picking was your area of expertise in Pee-wee soccer. I might have done some grass picking during my days of Pee-wee soccer as well. It's just what you do, It's just got it. Balls, and then when the ball's coming to you, you kind of like panic. You try and get up, and then the ball goes past you, and then it's just I've got watching the kids do like group youth sports has brought back like flood of memories. So Maocha this year we've got eight offerings, which I think is pretty awesome. Like 8 like really good stuff, all at decently affordable per gram prices. Lucy's joining in on the Instagram. Lucy, how's the microphone going on the YouTube side? I made some tweaks. I made a couple little changes. I think I might have figured it out. If you're still on the YouTube side, let me know. Lucy's watching both. She's probably got it on the phone and the TV or something like that. That's pretty funny. Oh, this tea it's like candy. It's right down the throat. So good. So we've got 8 Maochas on the site, which is pretty awesome. I'm really excited about the Naka Old Tree stuff that we got. That stuff's just great. Most of what we got are farmers that we've worked with in the past. Really excited about the Linsang Section A Gushu, the Section A Old Tree material. That's kind of been like this tea that we've kind of been analyzing a little bit. In our personal collection, and still quiet but less muddy. All right, thanks for letting me know, because I can tweak quiet a little bit more right now. I've got a little bit of wiggle room. Let's see. It's sometimes it's a little tricky to kind of get the audio set and working right, because I can't actually I have to record a stream and then go back and listen to it on my computer and stuff like that. So there we go. Let me try that there. Bump this up just a scratch more. I don't want it to get too blown out and loud. Lucy, how's that? Is that any better? What were we talking about? Maocha? Yeah. Linsang Section A. We've had this material in our personal collection for a little while, and I just kept going back to it. I'd be like, what did I drink today? I'm going to drink some of that, and that's usually an indicator of something that's kind of worth actually picking up and drinking and selling. So that's what we did. That's what we did this year. We bought some of it. We worked out a deal with the farmer early on, so that we were able to get some of that material earlier, because in the past years it had kind of sold a little bit too early. Devin Patel, you say it sounds much better. You can't stay for the whole stream. You just wanted to pop in and say cheers. Well, hey, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Stop in, say hi, and that's awesome. Appreciate that. Yeah, so the Linsong Section A Gushu material. So this farmer's they've got a decent garden in the Linsong area, and Linsong's also like a big-ish area. So they have a handful of different gardens around, and so they just started giving them different numbers, and so I've gotten a whole bunch of different bags of interesting little samples and stuff from them. They got Section A, B, C, and D, and so, but their Section A Gushu material, just so good. Just it was just like so good. Even after like a year as Maocha, it still had like this really great, just a really great like Yangsheng vibrance to it, and that Yangsheng vibrance is pretty awesome. I really like that, and so the tea just is really, just kind of pops like every time you drink it. So excited to be able to get some of that, some of the Linsong Section A Gushu. What else we got? So Linsong Section A Gushu, we got Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu. We've got the Kunlu Wild material. Everyone's familiar with that. That actually really doesn't change too much. Lucy, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that feedback. The Kunlu Wild material doesn't actually change too much year to year. It's pretty reliable. That stuff is just it's potent and strong, but like a year or two of like mellowness and aging, and it just becomes super chill. A lot of that like aggressive bitterness just kind of like fades over the years. Some of our early pressings of that are actually quite tasty. So yeah, Linsong Section A Gushu, Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu. We got some really nice material from Bulong, just like your standard, simple, like regular, like Bulong. Kind of strong stuff. A little bit on the bitter side. It's got some good potency. The energy on that stuff is actually quite pleasant. That's another one that we've kind of like played with by ourselves over a couple years. So that's 4. Let's see, there's 4 more. What do I got? Some standard Jingmai old tree material. If you guys remember Planet Jingmai from back in the day, the first time we did little T-balls, Planet Jingmai it's the same material, so the Jingmai old tree, super good stuff. What do we think? I'm trying to remember offhand. What do we got? Naka. We got the Naka old tree material, which is just phenomenal. Oh, the Hakkai old tree material. Hakkai old tree material is the exact same stuff that we put into Danger Zone. If you guys know the Danger Zone story, that's the tea garden with the king cobra that almost killed me. It probably wouldn't have killed me, but still, you just don't really want to run into king cobras in the forest. So called that tea Danger Zone. But yeah, the Hakkai old tree material, that's just stellar. Hakkai is in the Bulong-ish area outside of Munghai. Hakkai is really close to Lao Banjiang, Lao Mana. It's just, it's just a couple miles as the crow flies, so it's super similar. But Hakkai is just an absolute gentle giant. Hakkai is just really, really, really great, because Lao Mana and Lao Banjiang, those are potent teas, and it just really shows like how much like terroir changes the tea, because they're just it's so close. And then the last one I think is Baiyingshan, the same material that we use for Whispering Sunshine. That's further up north. That's the close to that's probably the northernmost tea that we source from. That's actually not too far from Dali. If you guys look at like a map of Yunnan, there's kind of like a roadway that almost roughly like kind of creates a circle in the middle. And Kunming would be like, what would Kunming be? It doesn't matter, because I never really know what the video kind of like flips things back and forth. So Kunming would be roughly at like 2 o'clock. Kunlu Shan would be like at 4 o'clock. Munghai and everything down there would be like at 6 o'clock. Jingmai would be at like 7 o'clock. Linsong would be like at like 8, 9 o'clock. And then Baiyingshan like 10 o'clock, and like Dali is like like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So you can actually get in a car and you can actually drive that big huge loop. I'm going to take you like a whole week to actually drive that big loop, but that's kind of how I think about things, is because we actually start in Kunming and we kind of work our way down, and then Jinshui would be like right around 3 o'clock. That kind of puts things into perspective. It's a large area. It's actually a really large area. If you superimposed it over the U.S., it would be roughly the size of Washington and Oregon combined, I think. Something like that. That makes about sense. And that's a really large area. Most of the tea stuff would be further south, like on just kind of like the bottom half of Oregon. That's kind of how I describe it. So we're excited about tea festivals because we're getting tea festivals back. Portland Tea Festival is going to be open this summer. I still need to message them, make sure that we get a spot there. Northwest Tea Festival, they say they're opening it up, but they're not 100% certain about some things. I've been talking to them. I need to message them back, but I will definitely be at every tea festival in the area that it is easy for us to be at, depending on what their restrictions might be. So kind of playing it by ear. Hopefully the summer goes well, pandemic-wise, and there's no, we'll just see. But it would be really nice to be able to get to the festival. When we go to the festivals, we actually bring this entire table with us. Oolong Owl is in the house. What's going on, Oolong Owl? I haven't seen you. Haven't seen you in a while. Oolong Owl, if you guys don't know, is a world-famous tea blogger. And she lives like a mile from my house. She lives just like right down there. Oolong Owl, we need to get together, have some tea again. It has been too long. So yeah, tea festivals are coming back. Very excited about that. Getting out and having some tea with people. Oolong Owl's knitting mittens. It's perfect. I love it. Isn't it a little early for mittens? Or you getting a jump start on the? It's actually still cold. You could wear it. Bear Zoidberg jumping into the YouTube live stream. How's the audio for you, Bear? We've had some issues with it on the YouTube side. So let me know how the audio sounds for you. Don't adjust like your volume. Just kind of like let me know how it is like straight away, because that's the issue. Is like you go from one channel to the next, and like sometimes volumes are high and low, and so I try to find like a nice big baseline. Alan and Williams Pottery joined. How are you? What are you drinking tonight? Yeah, Oolong Owl. I can't wait for festival season either. What are you drinking these days? Oolong Owl. Let us know what's in your cup. What's in your gaiwan? What's in your teapot? Nice, perfect, Bear. Well, I've got a little bit of background noise. It's fine because I got the kettle going right now, so there's a little bit of a hiss from the kettle, and I've got a little bit of a chill hop music going in the background, trying to get a little ambiance to the music. So this is great. I'm glad we got a chance to do this. It has been, even for us, incredibly difficult to get our teas to us in a timely manner. So. We finally got our cakes of Sun Liquor, which is awesome. I still need to do a Sun Liquor live stream. Still letting those chill. I think Maocha kind of adjusts a little bit quicker to the shipping thing. Cakes tend to take it a little rougher, I think. So my cakes of Sun Liquor are chillaxing in the modified humidity and temperature storage. Keeping things about 65 degrees, 65% relative humidity. Once we get new teas in, I actually crank up the humidity a little bit because I really want them to just kind of like soak it in and get adjusted. I think the travel is just a little bit rough on them. So and then the 519 Shanghai cakes. Oolong Owl, I didn't tell you about that yet. We were telling people a little bit earlier. I have a 519 Shanghai cake, a commemorative cake, trying to turn that negative into a positive. And this year, on May 19th, I will be giving the cake away for free. Totally the honor system. But if anybody lost an order from us, or from any tea company for that matter, all you got to do is order anything from our site. It could be a single sample. I don't care. And use the code 519 Shanghai, and you can put a cake of the 519 Shanghai into your cart for free, and it will be shipped to you all gratis. And I'm really excited about that. If you didn't lose an order on 519 Shanghai, I apologize. But you'll have to pay full price. Maybe we'll do like a little 10% off, like on 519 Shanghai, because why not? It is 519 Shanghai. So super excited for that. Special custom blend, custom wrapper. The wrapper is very 519 specific. I had a lot of fun with it. It's kind of like a little bit of a mystery. So that cake can be Cake's gonna be pretty excited. Really excited about that. Literally been working on that for more than a year. Tried to get it set and ready to go for last 5/19, but I just had like no end to the right material. Like I had like this idea for the blend, and I finally found like the right material, and it was just like a comedy of errors. Like I finally get like the right material. Like I taste it. Like this is amazing. Like I want this material, and we we message the farmer, and we can't get a hold of them. Like week after week after week, and we can't get a hold of them. And then eventually they were like, sorry, I got in an accident and I was in the hospital. And we're like, geez, are you okay? Like we totally want that material. And then we didn't hear from them for like another month. And then they were like, I sent the material to Munghai, and like that was it. And we're like, you did? Like, where did you send it? Like, who did you send it to? Like, where do we find this? Like, it was just like the most absurd thing. Like, this farmer was just like being there 1 month and then not the next, and then in the hospital, and then shipping our tea, but we hadn't even paid for it. But he shipped the tea, but we don't know who he shipped it to. It was just like ridiculous. Oolong Owl lost a couple orders. Well, there you go. Like, you can get a free 5/19 Shanghai cake from Crimson Lotus, turning that negative into a positive. And then yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for that blend. So very excited about that. And then we've got some other. I think we've got a handful of show pu-erh coming out this year. Carl Faulkner, who did the Dark Depths art, which was absolutely incredible. He's now lives like a mile down the road. It's not a mile, but it's like 1 or 2 miles down the road. He's been over and he's had tea, and he and I have been hanging out. Absolutely love Carl Faulkner, and he's working on a new art, a new painting for us. I'm going to be hanging it up right here next to next to Dark Depths, and that cake is that cake can be called. It's going to be another show pu-erh cake called Underworld, and I am super excited for the way that's going to turn out, because that's going to be it's going to be some good stuff. You know, we focus so much on what happens on the top of the ground when it comes to tea, but like under the ground, there's a lot of stuff. Show pu-erh tea Underworld, a lot of stuff going on there. Bear Zoidberg wants to know any plans to do a blend with some citrus involved. Maybe you have one, I missed it. I don't really like mixing anything that isn't tea into tea. That's me. That's just how that's how I do it. Citrus stuff actually does work really well with pu-erh tea, specifically if it's the aged orange peel rinds from China called chumpi, and there are a lot of places that do like chumpi. Specifically with show pu-erh, chumpi show pu-erh kind of gives it like a little bit of a citrus vibe. I just don't dig it, man. I don't know. I've tried a bunch of it. Like, it'll be like okay, but I just don't dig it. And if I don't dig it, then it's really hard for me to sell something. I'm clearly not a good salesman in that perspective. I really only want to sell what I want to drink. And if somebody's like, hey, I've got this stuff here to sell, and I'm like, but I don't like it, then I just can't. It's very hard for me to sell something I don't like drinking. So yeah, I'm not sure that we're going to have any, because I just don't like drinking it. Maybe someday if I found like one where the blend was just right, it's got the chunpi in it. There's a lot of people that'll take a bunch of oranges. I've actually seen people like in the tea markets with a pile of oranges, like eating out the orange. And then, hey, Lost in Yunnan just joined us. If you guys don't know, that's my lovely wife. She's in the back room babysitting the kids, so they're not running around screaming. So we can have a nice tea tasting session together. But yeah, you'll actually see people in the tea markets like eating out the oranges and then stuffing in a bunch of tea in them to do. And it works out good. I mean, it's a huge industry over there. But it's just not my thing. Yeah, I'd rather focus on quality tea. I think if you've got a quality tea, you don't have to really do anything to it. That's just me. This tea's going straight to my head, guys. I was trying to slow roll it. This tea's going right up there. It's getting good. Yeah, if you guys are just joining, we're drinking some of our 2022 spring Maocha. Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu, Kunlu Mountain, small arbor tree material. This isn't This isn't their dashu. It's not their big tree. It's not their old tree material. You know, like I'm not telling you like this is like 18,000 years old. Like this is just legit small arbor tree material, and it is just it's just so good. They do have really amazing old tree material. They've got really amazing like big tree material, and we've sold that time after time, occasionally here and there. May still have a couple samples of it up on the site, but dollars per gram, Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu material is just absolutely stellar. And the rest of the stuff is really good, but like that dollars per gram price just really starts to put it into the unaffordable range, especially for anything in volume. You could tell. I mean, even this stuff here is like starting to get into the expensive side of pu'er, but you could make this a daily drinker, and it would be awesome. Don Chato says that I'm by far the realest vendor I know. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the feedback. Oolong Owl's mostly drinking show pu'er. It's still too cold. It is. It's still a little chilly. May's warming up, and then we get in the Seattle area. Well, I mean, in every area, June comes after May, but in the Seattle area, June is usually one of our coldest months. Surprisingly, we jokingly call it January. So maybe we've got an early January in May here, and so we're gonna have a nice some nice weather. We've actually had some really nice days, and this is kind of like really decent weather where it still doesn't get hot enough where you start to feel like uncomfortable like wearing clothing, and so I kind of really like this because I can still kind of wear like a light jacket and go out, and it's great. And so I've actually been starting to do more hiking with the kids. We did a little spring tune-up on our little bicycles. I'm gonna take the kids on some little bike trips. Gary's just close enough to being able to like ride all by himself, so I'm excited about that. Pooh Head, thanks for joining. What are you drinking? Oh, Jason Floyd, my buddy, popped into the YouTube channel. He's drinking a 2022 vintage Mountain Dew. So more power to you, man, and to your teeth. You must have a good dentist. Yeah, not gonna lie, man, I love Mountain Dew. In fact, Jason and I we used to work at Real Networks together, and Real Networks had Mountain Dew on tap, and I drank from that constantly. my teeth never recovered. Pooh Head, yo, not drinking anything yet, but you're thinking about Nevermore after dinner. Nevermore after dinner sounds pretty awesome. Show pu'er after dinner just sounds really good. What's the last show pu'er I had? I think I had some. Oh no, we've been trying some different Maocha. I was working on the blend for our new show pu'er Underworld. I think I finally got the blend worked out for that. I'm really excited how that's going to turn out. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Yeah, so Star Wars Day 2 days ago. We had Cinco de Mayo yesterday, and then we had International Star Wars Day. Anybody take advantage of the sale, and anybody get 10% off on some fine Crimson Lotus teas? I usually refrain from kind of like posting like the tea memes thing, but I just couldn't resist. I'm just a huge nerd. Delivery vehicle coming. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to Star Wars. I couldn't resist. I was like, you know what? I'm posting tea memes. So I posted a Han Solo tea meme, and then a Mandalorian tea meme. This tea, guys, I gotta go a little bit slower on this. This tea is this tea's Russian. It's getting right up there. Unrelated, but so I've been spending a little bit more time like hiking and exploring in the mountains. I've been having tons of fun. What I'll do is I'll drop the kids off at school early in the morning, and then I will just go straight from there, like right up into the mountains. I'll hike around, I'll explore, I'll have some fun, and just by myself, drink some tea, come back into town, and be able to pick up the kids like right when they get off school. It's been really relaxing for me. I've enjoyed it a lot. But I've, you can actually see a couple posts ago, posted a picture of my going food to go at this like gorgeous spot up in the Cascade Mountains. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, you could see it's over by Index, which is about an hour and a half east of here. Like in one photo, you can see like Persis and Index and I can't remember all the names of the other peak. It's actually funny. There's one peak called Gun Peak, and there's a peak right next to it that's just a little bit shorter than Gun Peak, and they call it Gun Shy Peak. I thought that was hilarious. So I've been doing that, and having a ton of fun with that. But I went back like 3 days later to the place that I took those gorgeous photos. You can see them on the Instagram. And literally at the exact same spot where I had taken those photos, somebody had driven a truck, doused it in gasoline, and literally burnt it to the ground. And it burned so hot, like it melted like the rims of the truck. I mean, this thing burned like the beacons of Gondor. Like it had to have burned. Like you would have been able to see it from the freeway, like 8 miles away. I mean, it was just like that thing had to have burned like super hot. I was just so depressed, like absolutely depressed, like seeing that, like going from this, like having tea in this absolutely incredible, amazing, like gorgeous place, gorgeous view, and then somebody drives the vehicle up and just sets it on fire. And so I was exploring around there again a couple days later, took a friend with, and I was like, dude, you got to come check out this truck. Went out to check out the truck, and they turned it into an absolute dump, like an actual dump. I mean, there were like 80 tires, like just piled around this truck, and just like tons and tons and tons of garbage. It was so just so depressing and like absolutely infuriating. Seriously, seeing that, and like I've been trying to like get it like investigated, and like you tried to go to the local rangers are like, well, it's not our jurisdiction, it's technically on like Weyerhaeuser land, so we don't have control over it. And like I tried to work with like the Board of Health, like I'm doing some illegal dumping, like I called all these different places, called the police department, they're like, oh, we don't really do that. Tried to find like the Board of Health, the environmental like illegal dumping reporting, and they're like, well, what's the address? I'm like, well, I don't know, I can tell you where it is, it's up this road. And they're like, well, we need an address. And I'm like, it doesn't have an address. I can give you the GPS coordinates. They're like, we can't enter a GPS coordinate into Washington State's environmental system. It has to be an address. I'm like, there's no address. It's just like, they're like, well, I can't enter it. And I was like, what an amazing loophole for illegal dumpers. If you want to illegally dump something, just go up into the mountains and dump it. And there's literally nothing the state can do. It was like so absolutely infuriating. So I posted it to Reddit, and the thread went wild. I got a message from somebody that was like, dude, I was up there. I saw that guy dumping. I took a picture of his truck. And I'm like, oh, well, now we got somewhere. Like this should be fun. So I asked them to send me the picture. So we'll see. We'll see. Jason asks, how's my truck? My truck is currently not working. I broke both of the leaf springs off of the rear when I didn't realize that the oil had left my rear differential and seized the whole rear axle. Yeah, it was yeah. What are you gonna do? Seized the rear axle as I was trying to exit the freeway. It was not a catastrophic failure, which is good, but the torque actually made both of the or made leaf springs on both sides actually like physically like crack and snap. So I have to get those replaced, and haven't had a chance to yet. But we've got a Nissan Juke. We can get around. I'm not gonna be on like any crazy like super mega like off-road trail thing, but I've actually seen this guy. I'll send you some pictures, Jason. I don't remember if I've sent it yet. But there's this guy that takes the Nissan Juke, and he put like 37-inch off-road tires and a lift kit on his Nissan Juke. It looks so good. I want to put like at least like 31s on there, 31s or 33, some big like aggressive knobbies or something. I don't really want to like mess with the suspension, but yeah, dude, we should do it. We should go. Weekdays generally work better for me. Weekdays between like 8:30 and 2. That's my window when the kids are in school and I can run out and kind of mess around. So, oh man, this tea's great. This tea's really great. Hey, anybody got any questions about tea business? Any questions about pu'er industry, pu'er processing, Maocha, or really anything? Who's excited about? Bear mentioned the new Obi-Wan trailer. The new Obi-Wan trailer looks pretty good, and I am hesitantly excited. I got way too excited for Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett was like an absolute insult. And so I am telling myself, like, don't get excited about Obi-Wan. Don't get excited. It's just, it's tough. It's hard not to, because the trailers look pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. Moon Knight was not too bad, Lucy. Lucy, where are you at? Like, I see Lucy on Instagram and YouTube. Are you on both? I didn't know anything about Moon Knight, and Moon Knight was not too bad. It was it got a little confusing. I mean, I have enough trouble keeping track of my own multiple personalities without having to track somebody else's on TV. Star Wars Visions was not bad. But yeah, Book of Boba Fett was so upsetting. Like, I don't think they could have set out to intentionally make something more upsetting. I mean, to literally take, like, it should have just been a home run. It should have been a grand slam. There's really no reason why they had to do what they did with that whole show. It was so stupid. I don't even know how to describe it. It was so stupid. Lucy, YouTube audio resolved. Yes. Okay, thank you. Blair Zoidberg's on Boba Fett episode 3. It's not as bad so far, dude. It's so horrible. It's so bad. You can't. It is irredeemable. It is irredeemably disgusting. It's so bad. It gets worse. Except for episodes, what is it? 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are really awesome because Boba Fett's not in them, and then and it's just kind of done. I don't remember. Is there 6 or 7 episodes? I don't know. And then the last, it's just so dumb. Bear, did you get to the multicolored Vespa scooter gang yet? Because that's where it peaks stupidity. Lucy Jake is in the comic though. What does that mean? Bear says Moon Knight was awesome until the end. Okay, well, I haven't. I still need to watch the last. Episode, so I'm not going to read that comic. It was weird that he popped out at the end. Okay, great, Bear. You haven't got to the rainbow scooters yet. Awesome, because that's where it peaks. That's where it peaks. The mod gang, the Tatooine mod gang. Ugh. The one thing that I did like. Okay, I can't wait for anything Thrawn stuff. I'm really excited about the Thrawn stuff and the Inquisitor stuff. Who's talking about Inquisitors? Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm curious about the Inquisitor stuff and see what they do with that. I'm pretty excited. Bear Zoidberg, it's fine. I didn't actually read it. I saw you said last episode. Didn't even read it. Right. Yeah. So the only thing that I found really redeemable about Book of Boba Fett was They did some pretty cool stuff, kind of delving into the cyberpunk-ish side of Star Wars, which I don't really think that we've done too much, and I think is actually kind of cool. You got like Ripper Docs, kind of like modding people out in the desert. Okay, that's kind of cool. I think they could definitely play with that, but it just looked so janky the way they kind of ultimately did it. It was just like, hey, I'm this person, but I have something glued to my face. Like, I'm cyber now. And it's just like there was one cyber character in there. She kind of had like a double set of eyes or something like that. She had like robot eyes and then robot eyes here. That was cool. Like, that was really cool. And I really think they could have done a little bit more with that. It was just so upsetting. Book of Boba Fett. I don't even want to talk about it. I do want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it. Oh, Devin Patel, first trilogy, second trilogy, latest Kilo 10. I think you mean Kylo Ren. No, man, I'm old school. So I've been getting the kids. I've been letting them watch like as much Star Wars as they want. But they get to watch 3 things. They can watch Rogue One, they can watch New Hope, and they can watch Empire Strikes Back, and that's it. That's all they know about it. And every now and then I'll talk to them and I'll tease them a little bit, and like they know that there's another movie called Return of the Jedi, and they're like, they keep talking about that, and they're like, we gotta watch that one, Dad. I'm like, you gotta be a little bit older. We gotta put everything into perspective. And I know they're absolutely gonna love Return of the Jedi, but I just think they gotta have a core. They gotta have a core set of the basics before they can move on. And they keep asking us like, well, where did Darth Vader come from? You know, like I keep talking about some of the things, and I was like, well, like you guys know how you guys play Ground is Lava. Well, he played Ground is Lava, but he didn't play it very well. he kind of got melted. So that's their thing right now. They love playing Ground is Lava. Darth Vader lost. He played Ground is Lava with Obi-Wan. And he lost. Bear Zoidberg, only good thing to come from the prequels is Ewan as Obi-Wan. That's a pretty good thing. Third trilogy had so much potential, they lost it. Oh my gosh, the third trilogy was just... It doesn't exist. So I've got my... what I need to do is I just need to take all the movies and all the films, and I need to create, like, my own cut. and then that's it. Like it's basically the only way I can justify it. Like there's stuff that just doesn't exist. Basically the three sequels, that entire thing. As long as in my mind, I imagine like all three of those movies are a fever dream that Rey had as she was like dying in the desert of starvation at the beginning of the first movie. Totally fine. None of the rest of it makes sense. So dumb. So dumb. Third Eye Boogie, yeah, Halo. Some people play. Oh, there's a Halo movie, right? Yeah, I haven't even seen anything about that. Halo's another thing that kind of upsets me like a little bit, but that's a whole story for another time. Yeah, Oolong Ali, you watch the Ewok movies over and over and over as a kid. So here's the funny thing, like we did not watch the Ewok movies over and over and over as a kid because we didn't have a VCR and we had no way of watching it. But we listened to it repeatedly because the one time it was on TV, I had my like tape recorder going and we actually like recorded it onto my tape recorder, and I would listen to the Ewok movie repeatedly. So I've heard the movie many times, but I have only ever seen it once. And so I see that it's on Disney streaming right now. It's on Disney Plus, and so I might well, I can't. The kids have to watch Return of the Jedi before I can throw them into like an Ewok movie or something. We'll see. We'll see how that works. So, but yeah, I've been slow rolling the kids through Star Wars, kind of getting them a nice core set of the basics before I get things a little too before I confuse them too much. And Return of the Jedi is the next thing that they'll watch, and so I'll maybe this year. And yeah, we generally watch, like on Father's Day, we watch Empire Strikes Back. I mean, come on. You've got to. So we'll watch Empire Strikes Back on Father's Day. The kids really like that one because they like Wampa. They like the Wampa in that, which is pretty exciting. Rogue One's just so good, though. Like, if I have to rank them in order of how much I like them, I mean, Rogue One's almost edging Empire out for me, and I couldn't believe that would ever happen. But Rogue One is just so good. Still love Empire. Still love A New Hope. Return of the Jedi is all right, but that's kind of like my rank. And then I don't even know, the rest of them just doesn't there. The Star Wars books are good too. Yeah, I like a lot of the Thrawn series. I'm an old school Star Wars book nerd. I've got a hardbound copy of Splinter of the Mind's Eye from when I was a kid. That was before we knew Luke and Leia were related, and so they actually make out in that book. Lucas knew. Come on, Lucas. You shouldn't. Lucas done us dirty like that, man. That wasn't right. What was it? There's another one I've got. Some other really old Star Wars books, and then all the ones that came out in like the '90s, like the Timothy Zahn books and the Kevin Anderson books. There's good stuff. There's some good stuff in there. I enjoyed Don Chato. I enjoyed Solo too. I had some issues with it, mostly because of Khaleesi, the Dragon Queen, in there, and I thought she's an absolutely horrible actress because she only ever does one thing. But I actually really kind of enjoyed Solo. I loved the way they explained how the Millennium Falcon is just kind of like really just kind of like a rude ship. I thought that totally made sense. I really liked how they explained that. I liked a lot of the stuff that went on in Solo. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was underrated. I enjoyed Solo a lot. Bear's got a ball. Good to see you, man. Thanks for chatting. Lucy, episode 2 and 3 you only watch once because not great. I decided to watch episode 3 again the other day on Star Wars Day, just by myself while I was packing orders and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty much garbage. But you know what? The thing that really redeemed the original trilogy for me was reading the Vader comics. If you've not read like the Vader series of comics that came out recently, they are stellar. It really put prequel Anakin into context for me. It's even like Rogue One. He just never grew up. He's still just a dumb, angsty kid. and just has like way too much power. And like when he's like trying to choke out like Commander Krennic or whatever, the scientist guy who comes to visit him in Mustafar, it's just like, you didn't have to do that. You're just being a dick, you know. It's just like he just never changed. But the Vader comic series, just stellar, like really stellar. It just it kind of explains like everything that happened after Episode 3 and before like A New Hope. So good. Like it filled in like a lot of stuff. Like and then there's the Vader series that kind of goes between like A New Hope and Empire, where like he's trying to figure out like who this like crazy kid is that just kind of like just kicked his ass at the Death Star, and then ultimately figuring out it's his son. Like that whole series is good too. But just there's this concept, this theme that runs through the Vader comics, and the rough theme is that every single time he falls asleep, he's dreaming about Padme, and he's thinking in his mind that he actually like didn't go to the dark side, right? And so everything is perfect, right? You know, like they've got kids and everything is 100% perfect. Like they're happy, the life is 100% perfect. And every single time he sleeps, he dreams of that. And every single time he wakes up, he realizes like he's got to live with the choice that he made. And just kind of like seeing like that context in the Vader comics is awesome. If you haven't read the Vader comics, do it. Absolutely do it. Really good stuff. Guys, I got to run. Got to give the kids some. Got to give the kids some dinner. And Don Chato, Sacramento in the house. T Cozy, what's going on, guys? Thanks for joining. Last second, T Cozy and Matt Stewart. Chance, anybody that joined at the last second? I gotta go. Lucy, find it. Yeah, find it. I mean, there's some places you can find it online if you're willing to go that route. But the Vader comic series, incredible. Really good stuff. Great, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This was a lot of fun. Check out some of the Maocha that we got on the site. This Kunlu Xiao Qiao Mu is a can't lose. This is really good stuff, and I'm glad I got a chance to try some of it with you on live stream. So we'll be doing some more the next couple of days. I'll put a thing up on the site, but hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday night. Have an awesome weekend. Don't forget it's Mother's Day. Tell your moms you love them. They're worth it. And thanks a lot. Have a good one, guys.